Welcome to Free Fall RC Podcast.
All right, welcome to another episode of Strip Tips RC Podcast. I'm Steve, and here with me is Kevin,
Hey guys.
Andy,
Hey now.
and Iaen.
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right, this is episode 319, Mind in the Skies. All right, let's go.
319.
Yeah, 319. Why?
Nice.
319 something?
No, 318 was something. When I heard 318, it reminded me of an old Dodge. And anybody that owned an old Dodge will remember the 318.
I had a Dodge Dakota with a 318.
Mm-hmm. See what I mean?
It's badass.
I
Mhm.
did.
It was a little tiny pickup with a V8. Pretty cool.
Right.
Nice. That sounds cool. All right, let's catch up with everyone's week.
It was cool, Steve.
It sounds cool.
It was real
I'm
cool.
gonna go look it up in a second. But let's catch up with someone's week. Who wants to go first while I look this up?
Let me go first real quick
Okay.
because I pretty much didn't do shit.
Hey, we had an episode like that.
Yeah, that's what made me think of that. I did do a little bit of 3D printing today. I can talk about, I guess. I haven't turned my printer on in like 6 months, but I needed some stuff for the tractors, some mounts to put my phone in and some shit, radios and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'll just modify one that I already have and print out a thing. And I wanted to mount it to a ram mount ball. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Yeah.
But this is the finished product. I've got the ram mount doodle here, and then it's a ball mount with the 3 phone. Stick my phone in there.
Damn, dude.
So it turned out pretty good. Huh?
How thick is your phone? It looks like a huge carrier for it. I guess with the case and
Well,
everything,
it's got a case thing on it, so
Oh, okay.
it's a
Nice.
little big because I found that after it sits around in the sun, it kind of shrinks and warps a little bit. So if I make it perfect fit now, then it won't fit in like 6 months.
And that
I'm
warp
just
probably helps it like kind of seed in better. Too, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
kinda
just-
grip it.
Yeah, I'm just printing it out of PLA, so it's not great for super hot environments, but it's fine. But I learned that if you don't ever use your printer, that you got to fiddle fuck with it for like an hour to get it to work right. Not to get it to work, but to get. I had trouble with the first layer not wanting to. Which I also changed filaments, so I had to keep messing with the extruder. What do you call that? Multiplier. Make it
Extruder.
extrude a little more, and
Okay.
I had to lower that first layer down a little bit to get to increase the width to get to squish out and actually get a solid first layer.
Okay.
Did he
Well, that
freeze?
sucked.
Oh.
My Skype just crashed.
Yeah, he froze
So
there.
I'll have to cut this out. All right. Or Kevin will. Where was I? Talking about the 3D printer not working.
Yep.
I had to keep monkeying with the first layer to get it. And I leveled the bed to start with. Like I do a mesh level. I do it manually. I don't have the BL touch thing. And that usually works perfect. But having a different filament and not of using it a long time, I don't know, something wasn't perfect. So I had to keep monkeying around with it for like an hour. Kept like start the print, wasn't working. I'd go make an adjustment, go back, start again. Just watching that very first outline layer to get everything to really work right. But once I kind of got it going, the rest of it printed fine. It's like a 5-hour print. So other than that, that's all I've done. I've not done anything hobby related. Been very busy here on the farm last week. As you could tell, I wasn't here last week, so that's how busy I was.
Yeah, we missed you, dude.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe that.
Kevin
All right.
really did.
We missed you for like 5-10 minutes.
Ian was like, "Thank God he's not here. Everybody hit that stupid button."
Yeah.
Andy and his button are not here.
I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a different person. He was a different host. He
Yeah.
had so much more confidence.
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't feel shy about anything.
Yep.
All right. Well, who's next? Who has done something cool?
I've done something.
What'd you do?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I did something cool actually. I did not sim on Friday night, but I did fix my Oxy 3 and get that ready for flying on Sunday. I found the Neo. I had a couple Neos, and I have one that's off of my old Glogo, and it's the silver line with the satellite and or whatever it is, and then I had another Neo, and I had the one that Mike gave me or sent to me, and I told Mike to take that back, but I'll see if I can use it. If not, I'm going to send it back to him. But I got the other one, whatever one I found, working, and I put it on the Oxy 3. I fixed the Oxy 3, and in true fashion, I plowed that Oxy 3 in on Sunday. It was about 15 to 20 miles. It was pretty gusty. I'd say it was between 15 and 20, maybe just 15 constant on Sunday, but we were out there flying anyways. Yeah, and so I flew the Oxy 3, probably got like half a flight in, and I was just cranking around with that thing, just, okay, test hover for about 2 seconds and then go into some like funnels and just go right into it. And I definitely separated the tail boom push rod, the tail, push rod, just separated in two pieces from a little threading connector because I lost the tail immediately. And it was in an orientation where it was coming at me, and I was like, nope, not even dealing with it. Just I hit throttle hold and didn't even try to save it. But it was just started pirouetting so fast. I was like, yeah, something happened to that tail. Like it was just way too fast for anything else to happen. Mm-hmm. But that crash wasn't bad. I mean, the normal like main shaft, feathering shaft or spindle shaft and main gear and blades, which those blades have been on there for like years. I'm surprised they lasted as long as they did. They were old Zeal blades that were filthy dirty. And it was just, I was just like, everybody's like, oh, and I was like, I had my hands in the air. I was like, yes.
Woo-hoo, it's fun.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't give a shit.
I was epic. That was such a good crash.
I was just like, well, when I picked it up, I was like, all right, cool. I didn't bust the Neo up or anything like that, or the landing, underneath. Important. Yeah. So, but it was a day of crashes for that field. Normally, maybe we'll get one, maybe two, but we had a guy like lose his jet in the wind and just run out of talent and couldn't get back, and he plowed that in like way off. They had to go searching for that. There was another guy who tumbled his warbird down the runway, and then poor Buzz, man, a friend of ours at the field, he's been flying. He has an old Align, and then he has an XL Power V2, and the XL Power, he's been practicing autos on, and he has that quick bailout, and he normally will come down about 10 feet off the ground and bail out. And I didn't say anything to him, but I'm always like, man, he's so close to just like landing. I don't understand why he just doesn't like turn at 90 and just like stop, like land it. He's in perfect setup. And so he started, like I said, I didn't say anything to him, but for some reason this weekend, he started just landing straight on, and he was doing fine with it. He was having a couple little tip overs here and there, like really low, super low head speed, and for some reason it would tip on him, and I think it was him more than anything else. But then he landed on the runway. He was doing a bunch of autos and landed on the runway at one time, and just instead of going throttle off, just came right out of not throttle hold, but the bailout mode, and did the electric chicken dance like right in the middle of the runway. And right in front,
crashed and blah 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 blah.
Just spooled it up fast and flipped it over and just went into a million pieces.
Jeez.
Like, yeah, it was. He tried to save it, he said, and it looked like he tried, but it spun around too fast on him, And of course the president of the club was there and watched it, and his first words out of his mouth was like, Oh, I wonder what that did to the runway. And I'm like, geez, whatever. But we went out, we picked up all the pieces. It really didn't do much to the runway. I mean, nothing that a prop strike wouldn't have done, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Buzz was a little bummed, but he wasn't too upset, you know. Just he knew what he did. But I got in some freaking epic flying for me, man. I didn't fly a whole lot, but one thing I wanted to test was like the 690. I made sure I tightened that tail up. I took some time, I think it was Saturday, just to get a little bit of wrenching in on that thing. And it was, I had it super tight, and I was like, all right, if this freaking belt moves, you know, or loosens up now. And I got a flight in with that, and no, nothing. And I was doing autos with that thing, and I was literally having to go full negative to get that thing to come down. Like, that's how windy it was on the autos. It was pretty crazy. But then I got some really nice flights in with the Oxy 5 too, man. I've been doing more intense stuff for me, you know, and a lot lower to the ground, like, you know, between 10 and 15 feet off the ground. And just, I mean, I'm doing some stuff up high that I know I'm still working on, you know, but when it's starting to get to some of the normal stuff that I do week after week, I've just been bringing that down. And I don't know why, I just feeling more comfortable with it. And,
Nice.
you know, it's been really cool.
Yeah,
It's been really a good progression like this last year. And
awesome to hear.
that's about it. Steve Shaw was out there, flew his Black Thunder. That's about as boring as me saying I flew the Oxy 5 and 690, because it's just like every week. And I got something that I got to put in news and announcements too, in regards to Steve. You'll have to stay tuned for that one.
Ooh.
So who's next?
Teaser.
I can go next. I actually kind of did something. Well, for starters, I did work like crazy to some degree. I was off at least a couple of the days, but I was at work when I was on Discord. It was fun as always. Quite a little crowd we had, including our very own Steve Yoon finally joined back in.
Mm-hmm.
Hung out for a little bit. It was definitely a good time. I actually stayed on there fairly late because I was off Saturday, so I just wanted to kind of stay up and BS with the guys. But I think we finished off the night with me, Jimmy Tate, and Devin, you know, just BSing. And yeah, went and flew Saturday. I didn't go to the field like early in the morning, like, you know, I think I was there probably about noon. I took just the NX4 and the Drake with me, and I knocked out 12 flights total that day.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was a ghost town when I showed up. I was like the only car there for a little while, and then, you know, a couple plankers rolled in, and of course the field, Stam Field, you know, we got a heli side and plane side, and, you know, typically from what I've always gathered, it's like, you know, if you can fly on the plane side, but if planes show up, you kind of have to leave and go back to the heli side. But like the wind was in my face on the heli side, so, and, you know, I didn't see really too many planes going up. They just looked like, you know, they would throw up a flight here and there and then just kind of BS. So I went over on the other side, and the wind conditions was considerably better, because I can't really fly with the wind in my face, because it bothers me. So knocked some flights out over there in between their flying, which they didn't really care. They actually liked it. One of the guys on that side of the field, he actually brought his Logo 600 and actually put a couple flights in as well once he seen, you know, there was a heli guy willing to, you know, throw down and put on a little bit of a show. Eventually a couple of heli pilots did show up. One of them was he's one of the local guys that he's been in the hobby for like ever. My dad flew with him years ago, but he brought a XL Power V2 on wheels. That was pretty entertaining to see, because he would come across and just do a touch and go, and then it would just roll across the field.
Nice.
It was freaking awesome. And then he didn't bring it out, but he also had a raw 700 as well that also had wheels. It was pretty cool. he hung out for a few. He was just coming out for a few flights between chores and stuff. So it's like it was really cool to see him. So hopefully he can meet up sometime and knock out some flights. And another guy rolled up. His name is Justin. He brought a Velocity 550, and then he also brought another one. It was an Icarus Eco, and from what he told me, from what I gathered, it was made in 1994. Runs on 12S NiCad, and it's like a five.
Wow.
It would be like a 500 scale today. Matter of fact, there was a lot of parts that he showed me on both machines that he actually machined, because obviously both of those brands are no longer in existence. So it's like if you find spare parts, great, but you break something, you might have to make it yourself if you want it to fly again. So I mean, he did a lot of the machining on it, especially the Icarus, because it was like plastic. The original frame on it was plastic, and he had like carbon fiber bits made for it, like the frame sides. He redid all the frame sides. I mean, it looks sharp for as old as it is, which that was pretty cool. They were both still flybarred models, and which I do remember him showing up to one of the fun flies here in town. He brought like an old Schluter. He brought I forgot which engine he said it was, but it was a nitro engine he converted into a gasser. So it was really cool to see, and
Wow.
I'd like to see what what other crazy stuff he brings to the field. I mean, a lot of it's like really old, but yet still flies it, and that's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's real cool.
Yeah, I finished up the day with 12 flights. I was getting kind of tired, and it was like by the time I left the field, it was like 5:30, and kids were like, "Can we go home yet?" And then of course you got me going, "Nope, I'm waiting for this battery."
You had your kids with you?
Yeah.
Like, shut up, damn it.
Daddy's flying. Can't you see that?
Sit down, shut up.
They were good. They were keeping themselves busy. They were running around, and of course, we were just going back and forth, because I already had like my charger set up and everything on the heli side. So it's like every time I charged a battery or gassed up the NX4, I just walk across the parking lot and just knock out a flight. But it was pretty entertaining on my first flight on that other side. I hear the two guys, talking with themselves. They were like super cool. They weren't like the cranky plankers or anything like that. But when I started doing like, working on my half pyros, I can hear them behind me. It's like, well, you think he's gonna crash it? So yeah, no crashes for me. I left before I ran out of talent.
Sweet.
I ended up,
Sweet.
Yeah. I ended up working Monday, which is yesterday, and met up with Keith Williams after work, and was finally able to maiden the Black Nitro.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I didn't really get to do much as far as any maneuvers or anything, because I was like, I take it for like a 2-minute flight, land it, look over everything, make sure nothing backed out. And the only screws I tried, that actually tried to back out was like the skids, and then the rail that you pretty much would zip tie, your servo leads onto, came loose. So it's like I put a little more Loctite on that, shoved that back in there, tightened everything up, sent it out again, and then in the middle of the second flight, the glow plug backed up. Like, I was a little ways up there. I wasn't too high. I was in that zone that a lot of people have trouble with when everything just shuts down, and I had to do a forced auto and landed no issues. And
Nice.
so we looked it over, and it's like, huh?
Why is it spinning a plug?
It just came loose. I'm not sure. We found it on the bench, like literally right away. It's like I hit it with the starter and seen the fluid come out, and then Keith had seen where it was coming from. He's like, "Yeah, it's your plug." So we tightened it back up, and like immediately I took it right back out to the pad and fired it up again, and went for about another 2-minute flight. And it did great. It's rock solid. Didn't really get to do any 3D or anything like that, because after that flight, I wanted to take it home and look it over again, make sure everything's all good, make sure everything's perfect.
All right, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate. How do you know it's rock solid if like
Um,
if you just
I was
hovered it
doing
basically?
like figure eights, just really.
All right, so you're sport flying. You weren't just kind of
Yeah,
hovering
I
it or
was like
anything.
sport flighting,
Okay.
more or less. I mean, it did great. As far as like cyclic response and everything. I see why people really like it. I mean, it's just really super stable and everything. And I only got like one flight in on the Drake yesterday too, so it's like within probably an hour it started, getting cloudy over here, and then temperature started dropping, so it's like it was getting pretty chilly. So had to pack it up, and of course, Keith was doing his usual. He's always taking video at the field, and see how that day went on his channel, Blade Scraper, on YouTube.
Cool.
So that's been my week.
He needs to get Rob Halford to do Blade Scraper, like Jawbreaker, That's what he needs to do. I mean, Rob Halford is finally, like, I don't want to say pimping himself out, but he's doing that Plymouth Rock commercial now. I hear it on Pandora all the time. You got Plymouth Rocked. So he might be open for it. You never know.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go, Steve. I didn't mean to take the wind out of your sails.
No, just took it off my ribs.
I didn't mean to take the wind out of your lungs.
Out of my lungs here. Let's see what do we got. So I flew on Sunday. Been flying like 1 day a week, and I've been trying to make the best of it. A lot of these days it's been kind of like I've been solo, or I'll go with like one or two people. But this Sunday there's two guys that came out. One was some guy that I met on Facebook. He's a local guy in around my area, I guess. That was like, oh, he was getting a helicopter ready, and I was like, should come out to my field, let's fly it. So yeah, he came out. So it's this guy John, and I had all my, I don't know, I didn't have all my helicopters, but I had 4 helicopters with me. I brought quite a fleet to fly. I'll kind of explain why, but basically I had my raw electric 700, my raw nitro 700, my Kraken 580 nitro, and my raw 580 electric. And really the main helicopters I flew were the nitros. Something about nitros, I love the way they fly. I love the way that the power is, and that I can't go and just go stick bang and do crazy type of sticks. I actually have to like time things and kind of think about how I'm gonna do the maneuvers so I don't like overload the motor and stuff. So I just kind of like that feel. So I've been flying a lot of nitro, and I've been recording some videos and stuff. So I've been posting that. So yeah, check out my YouTube channel for that stuff. Let's see. Besides flying, I did do some buying and some wrenching, and I bought some new servos. It kind of goes in line with the wrenching I've been doing because I've been installing some new servos. And it's going to kind of go into something I'll talk a little bit later on in news and announcements.
Oh, boy. Another teaser.
Nice.
Yeah, another teaser from someone named Steve. Beyond that, on last episode, I was like, I don't know. I had Facebook open to do like the likes or the number checks and everything like that. And there's some stupid ad that came up saying like some trucker hats for like, $46 shipped to your door. So I got them. I ordered a set. They're really cheap, but they're kind of funny. And I think we're just gonna like give these away. So here's one to kind of show it.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Okay. It's like that trucker style, but it's it feels cheap to me. And it is what it is. But I thought it'd be like a good gag gift or something to give out. So, but yeah, I got some hats.
Nice.
Obviously, I'll save one for all you guys to have one. And also probably to give some out too. So I got a couple to give out.
Nice.
All right. Besides that, yeah, I joined in on Friday night for Discord. Yeah, I kind of been wanting to fly a lot. I've been kind of trying new things while I fly, so I've been trying to figure out new things on the sim so I can try to fly. Try those at the field. But usually whenever I sim, I end up just stick banging for 30 minutes and I get bored. But yeah, I think we had some good conversations and stuff. It was good chatting with everyone on Discord. Yeah, so that was fun.
Nice.
And I think is that it? Oh, I did recently today get some the head tracking pan and tilt camera stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm getting that set up. So I can put that on the Bixler, and so I did order like an FPV cam and all that, and a transmitter again. I'm just gonna get new stuff because I don't know where all my old stuff is. I think I threw most of it away. So I got that coming as well. So I did buy a couple of things just before I got on the show today.
Cool.
And that's about it. Let's move it on to the main topic.
The main topic.
That's Mind in the Sky. What are we talking about here today?
I have no idea.
No idea?
No, actually, I'm lying. I do have an idea.
What to say? Weren't you here
have
the
an
last
idea?
40
I don't
minutes?
believe it.
Yeah, I don't have an idea.
But you just said you had an idea, so now I want to hear this idea.
He said he had an idea, and I didn't believe him, so he backed off of that.
Mm.
Come on, let's hear your idea, Kevin.
Oh, my idea in general, or my idea of what the show is?
I don't know, whatever.
Either one.
In general.
Take your pick.
In general, my idea of the show is Mind in the Skies. It's like we were talking about this before the show, and what you kind of look forward to, and sometimes use flying as an escape from what's going on in life. And I find it similar to riding a motorcycle. Steve used to ride a motorcycle. I don't know if you still do, Steve. You don't have that bike. You sold that years ago. I still have one, but it's in mothballs up in Jersey until I can bring it down here. And I mean, the last time I was on that thing was before texting was a thing, and like that's how long ago that was. Like, so I haven't been riding around the road with people that are texting and driving. But anyway, in relation to the show, when I used to get on the motorcycle, it's the same as flying. Like when I get out there and I have a good time flying, man, I have a thought in my head that is like, why doesn't everybody do this? Like, this is so much fun. Like it's a complete escape for me a lot of times. And that's another reason why I really enjoyed flying like scale warbirds or scale planes, scale helicopters, the one I had. Because you have a little like moment of realism and, imagining actually flying the full scale, version of it. But Steve was talking about little deeper things, like in relation to this topic, as far as like you're having a rough time and, certain things in your life aren't going that well, and you can like use it as an escape to go out to the field and, get some flights in and get your mind off of things.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's my idea of what the show is, Andy.
I think you nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that's all we need to say about that.
Yeah, so we can move it on to tipping strippers. I mean, stripper tips. Stripping. No, all right. Sorry. Well, but Iaen had some input on this subject as well, though, because Iaen said that. I don't know if he wanted to talk about it, but I know that he had had some. He didn't want to talk about it. I'm sorry, Iaen.
Oh, no.
But he didn't have to go into great detail. He could have said, I used flying to take my mind off of stuff.
Absolutely.
Because life is, what did Deadpool say? Life is a roller coaster, a bunch of shitty, a bunch of shit broken up by a few highlights or something like that. He said so. Everybody has some downtime in their life where things aren't going that great. And
Yeah, absolutely. With me, it's just, at the time I had a lot on my mind, like, at the time I was dealing with a custody battle, so it's like going out to the field for me was, that was like a big help because I mean you're pretty much able to like whatever's on your mind or what's bothering you, life's BS. I mean, you can just leave that shit at the curb of the driveway of the flying field and just fly your ass off. Just take out your frustration on your heli.
Right.
And it's like, I still do that here and there, but it's like with me, I was able to pull that off this weekend. Just knock out flight after flight after flight. Of
Yeah,
course,
and it's great.
Yeah. I mean, it could be even just frustration of not being able to fly for a few weeks. That's done. That's been a good stress reliever for me there too.
Yeah. So I mean, kind of my thoughts on this is that recently I've hurt myself and I think it works both for physical and mental type of stress or pain. But as soon as you hit throttle hold off and that helicopter starts to spool, no matter what you have, I feel like it kind of melts away in the background of your head because you're really concentrating on the helicopter, right? Like the amount of attention the helicopter needs from a pilot to fly and not crash and to do cool stuff in the air that we do with it, takes pretty much your entire concentration. And with that, you get about 3-4 minutes of a moment where you don't have to think of anything else. You don't have to think of, oh man, my fucking ribs are killing me, or oh man, what a stressful day I had today at work, all these projects to do. And it's like, I got all this stuff that I got to think about while I'm at work, but I'm thinking about it, on the weekend per se. And it's like, let's just, go out and do something that's going to take our mind off of it. And to me, flying does that every time. Like no matter what I'm thinking or, even back when I had some, relationship issues with a crazy ex-girl and friend and all that stuff, like as soon as I hit that throttle hold and that thing starts to spool up and I'm starting to see, 22 or back then 22 to 24 on the 700 size heli, whatever you're thinking, it just doesn't matter anymore. It's just a helicopter and you and you're controlling it. And I think that for some folks, I think that type of peace of mind it's kind of an escape, but also like a positive way of, kind of getting your mind off of something for a little bit, just to help out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's another way to get outside and get some fresh air,
Mm-hmm. That too, right? Just getting out and being outside and getting that vitamin D, for folks that might be like stressed
It's the
out and want to
worst
stay
part of the
inside.
hobbies. You have to go outside. Tired of the damn outside. Sun and bugs and shit.
Oh,
sorry.
it.
Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you spend all your days outside. That's
I'm
why.
all day out inside. I don't. I need a hobby where I stay inside.
How's that bill coming along?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna collect stamps.
But yeah, it's definitely a break. And then when you do have, like I was thinking, when you do have a killer flight or something that for your level, well, no matter where you're at, if you have a great flight, I mean, you still, I think you get a little adrenaline rush from that, or
definitely get endorphins. I do. I mean, you watch it on that Kraken 580 video. At the end, I'm like, I'm talking to myself on this camera and shit because I'm having fun. I had a good flight. I had fun. So.
Yeah, I mean, my first stupid flight with the FT Spitfire, I didn't shut my mouth the whole 5 minutes I was flying that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was just that much fun, and it's cool when you, no matter what it is, helicopter, airplane, when you see that whatever you've tried in the sim pays off, in the real world, that's always really satisfying, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think helicopter more so because of the challenge factor,
Challenge factor, and I think you can just do more weird, cool shit, like.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's one thing that I did on one of my flights, and I didn't know what it was, but I was like, "Oh, that looked cool."
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to comment. I watched a couple of those videos you put out, Steve, and your flying's awesome, man. I enjoyed watching those videos. It was great. I got to do more of that with the hat cam.
Yeah,
It
I need to
helps
get
me
one of those.
realize like what I'm doing, and then like I don't know. Do you ever get in like when you just fly, you kind of do stuff, but then you see it and you're like, it's cool, but then you don't really remember it after like
Yeah.
20 minutes. Like it just becomes like that was a good flight. Like I remember the flight, but I don't really remember the maneuver that impressed me in that flight. So recording it helps me kind of remember them, and I can analyze them. Most of the views are probably me, to be honest, on my YouTube channel. Seriously, you know. Because I analyzed it, I'm like, oh man, that looked cool, and then I did this thing, and I started going this way, that looked cool, you know. So I try to do that and like learn from my whatever I'm doing, you know.
Yeah.
And another thing, it's another way to get you out there, with your friends, because there's a lot of local flying fields over here, and there's a lot of variety of people that'll like stop out and like in the middle of their breaks of like what they're doing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like great way to kind of if you're out there clearing your head, there's gonna be a few people that show up, and people to talk to, people that kind of relate to. So
right.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy? Did it take you out of the combine?
No.
He flies in the combine.
He flies in the combine. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just sitting here thinking, which is dangerous. I know.
Right.
I don't think I fly now for any of these reasons.
No, but when you do, though,
but well, let me finish. Okay. But I got into the hobby when I was getting divorced as a distraction. I mean, that's when I bought the Hobby Zone Champ, and then it was all downhill from there. I got obsessed and the whole thing. Now here we are. So that's how I got in the hobby, as a distraction and something to take my mind off of things.
And but that's exactly this thing,
Yeah. But now, like it, day-to-day flights type stuff, I don't know. Maybe I do. I don't think I'd fly to relax or anything. Maybe I do. I don't know.
I mean, it could be something that you do and not even know, right? Like you just fly because it's fun, but maybe you think about why it's fun is because you do get to do cool stuff in the air and not think about anything but that,
Well, I think that's my problem. When I'm flying, I'm always thinking about other things.
Really?
I think that's why I'm not very good. I have a hard time. I think I have ADD. I can't focus.
I don't know. No. I've seen you fly though, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm flying, but when I'm flying, I'm also thinking about everything but flying. I don't know how to explain it.
I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that, man.
Well, that's what I say. Can you imagine? I'd be much better if I could actually focus on flying.
Right? Actually,
I have ADD and I can still focus on flying.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be thinking my problem is. If I tighten all the lug nuts on the trailer, as you're flying, dude. I don't know how your mind does that.
I know.
I can think of is
like left stick, right stick. While you're flying. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You'll crash instantly.
Jeez, I can barely like. Sometimes I can talk, but then there's other times where if I'm not feeling it, I can't even talk while I'm flying. Like,
no, seriously. Like I'll either talk. Well, if somebody's around, I'll be talking to them, or I'll be behind the house and I'll be noticing which cars are going up down the road, and if I recognize them, like who's that? What's going on? What I'm going to do next? I'm never thinking about the actual flight itself.
Why is Billy Bob going to the store again?
He's like,
he was just there.
Or like, I don't recognize that car. What are they up to? Are they up to no good? Probably.
Who's that?
Damn, dude.
Oh man, I don't know how you do it, man. That takes some skill right there.
I don't know. I don't.
That's like muscle memory.
I think it's holding me back, though. I think it's holding me back.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you need to put some blinders on, that way you can.
Yeah,
I guess.
Get Andy a hat that has blinders on.
I need some Ritalin or something.
Yes.
I'm sure Iaen can get you some.
Yeah.
I don't know about Ritalin.
We still make that?
Whatever they take nowadays, I don't even know.
I don't know. Adderall, something.
Yeah, Adderall.
That was called the back of the ruler in my day. Ritalin. You're not paying attention? Back of the ruler.
I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, I think.
But I think it's good to stay positive though. Like you're saying, Steve. You know, like when you're out there, and not think of like if something does happen, you know, then like double down on the negative stuff that's happening in your life. Just realize you're lucky to be out there, flying and whether you can throw down or hover, man. You're doing some cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
And the hobby in general is a wonderful distraction from life. I mean, all the time you're learning a new thing or learning a new skill or learning a maneuver or whatever.
Meeting new people.
It's all a good, healthy distraction.
Mm-hmm. All right. We'll keep your minds in the skies. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, let's move it on. What do we got for Ian's Tech Tip?
Oh boy.
We have one, right?
Well, this week's tech tip. Let me get to my notes. It is it's about CA. And do you guys know what I'm sure you guys do, but the actual name of CA?
Yes. What is the actual name of CA?
Citronine rock and roll.
It is cyanoacrylates.
See, I was close.
It's a family of strong adhesives that they're fast-acting adhesives with industrial, medical, and household uses, also known as super glue. They react to the moisture in the air, and also the humidity in the air. That's what causes them to dry. So typically, if the more humidity, the faster they're gonna dry. Just to kind of discuss, what all did we use it for?
So wait a minute. If it reacts to the moisture in the air, then why do I have to use Kicker? Why can't I just spray water on it? Or can I spray
just
water
spit on it? Oh.
I have no idea.
You can pee on it.
I just talk on it and
just don't touch
like Donald Duck.
Just don't touch the glue to your penis.
Don't
glue your penis.
What? How did it get there?
Well, Andy said you could pee on it, and then immediately I figured, stupid me, I'll try and pee on it, and I'll try not to spray all over, and I'll try and get close, and then now I have CA on my penis.
Oh my god!
May glued his dick to his helicopter.
Right. Now me and Eric Shue have to show up naked.
Oh boy.
Oh, this went in the gutter fast.
Wow, that's
Kevin walks up and he's got a canopy sticking out of his pants.
Had a canopy in your pants? No, I'm happy to see you.
Happy to see you, or did you just glue a canopy to you?
No, I listened to Ian's tech tip.
Oh my god.
All right. Okay, back on track. Let's go back to this tech tip. So.
All right.
Yeah. What are
He's actually trying this time. We're still fucking with him.
I know. Sorry.
Sorry.
Huh? What'd you say, Steve?
What are its uses? What can you use CA for,
huh? What I've used CA for, I've used for example, there's many different kinds you can get. I've typically used for like canopies, balsa wood, planes. You name it. Its uses are pretty well endless, I think. It's like I've had to repair, like a hole in a canopy, and even building fresh kits like the Goblin tail control rods. One of the actual links on the end of the control rod, I wrap it with string and I put CA on it just to be sure that one of the links will not come off in flight. There's plenty of different uses. As far as selections, I actually did a little bit of digging in. I probably barely scraped the surface as far as selections, but from what I found, I Found that it ranges from super thin to super thick. There's also flexible varieties that are, range from thin to thick. Gap filling, foam safe. Plastic cure. I mean, there's quite a few different ones. And I will say that dry times also vary between viscosities. With thin being the fastest drying, taking ranging from like 30 seconds to like a minute. I've had that stuff dry stupid quick. I don't really use a whole lot of thin CA. I think the last bottle I had, I pitched it because it dried up. But I typically use like medium to thick. I've always found thin to be a little messy, and other than like soaking like backing surfaces, like say if I've got like a hole in a canopy and I'm using something as a backing surface to kind of strengthen up that point, I'll use thin. Other than that, I haven't really used thin unless you guys want to chime in on that one.
Yeah, there's not many places on a helicopter you would use thin. Now, if you're building a balsa plane, you would use thin quite a bit.
Yeah. Right.
If it's something you can put all the pieces together and then you just go around and touch them with the thin will wick between the joint.
Andy would know if he built the Willy Nilly's kit that he would use.
Yeah, thin. I didn't build that because I didn't have any thin CA.
Oh, see? Okay.
Yeah. Send me your address. I'll send you some.
Iaen, let me ask you. You ever mess with thin CA and balsa?
I have not messed with balsa.
Because you ever notice that, like, I don't know, I guess you don't know, but when you thin CA on balsa, sometimes the balsa, it like smokes, like the CA smokes. It like almost has like a burning reaction to the wood.
Well, it heats up as it cures.
Yeah.
See, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know that as far as balsa. I mean, I've never dabbled around.
I don't recommend smelling those fumes. They're not very good.
Yeah, thin. Like if you put a lot of thin, even if you spill it on your hand, it will burn your hand. Like the heat from as it gases off so fast.
Right.
Yep.
And plus, that stuff is going to run a lot quicker than you think. Yeah. So use it sparingly.
Like if you're holding this thing and you're like, before you know it, it's already got your fingers.
It's already got your
fingers.
It'll
run straight down and
it'll seek out your fingers.
It sure does. Always, I'm like, damn it, I glued my shit again. Peel my skin off on the.
You would really only use thin if you have a very tight joint. Like it has no gap filling qualities whatsoever. It'll just run right out of any gap. It's got to be like a tight, good, close fit, and then you can put that on there, and it'll wick between the joint.
So what's the viscosity of gap filling? Is it more along lines of medium?
Yeah, medium or thick, really.
Medium and thick.
Okay.
Yeah, and typically that's mostly what I use. It's like the dry times with those, the mess, it's much easier to deal with, I think. With the thick stuff, you actually have enough time that I typically take like a piece of like a cardboard or whatever, something I'm not going to reuse. I'll put a dab of the thick CA, and if there's enough places I need to apply it, I'll use like a toothpick or a cotton swab, depending on what the application's for.
I wouldn't use cotton swab.
What are you gluing that you can use a toothpick or a cotton swab?
Yeah,
it just really depends on what it is. I mean,
I want an example. What are you gluing that you
like when I'm doing like a canopy? It's been a minute since I've had to do it. I think the last time I did it was on a canopy.
Let's help Iaen. So where would you on a helicopter, besides your tail control rod, use CA on a helicopter?
Ooh, I know.
And he knows. Okay, let's give Iaen a moment though.
Iaen, you go.
Yeah, let's give you first shot. What else on the helicopter?
Let's see. I've used CA on the back of the bolts for the skids. Typically, what the manual calls for is like the nuts get recessed into the skids, and then you place, the skids on the frame and you run the bolts through. Well, in order to hold those nuts in and kind of make things a little bit easier, I CA'd those in.
Okay.
So those won't.
Yeah. So any captured nuts you can CA them so they don't pop out when you put the screw in. By pushing in too much. Sure.
Yeah.
What else?
Let's see. Tail control rods. Canopy, boom repairs. I've actually had to use a little bit of CA on the 420 because the tape that I used on it to, balance and weight the blade, the extra blade that's on it kept coming off, so I had to reweigh it, and I actually used a dab of CA to keep that tape on there, and it's like on there good. It's not coming off. Offhand,
I'm giving him all the chances. I know Andy's gonna be like, you can use it at least in this spot and this spot. Come on.
Oh, I just have one general use. You use it as thread locker. You're screwing into plastic, metal screw into plastic, not into metal. That's bad. The metal screw or bolt going into plastic. CA is a great thread locker for that.
Anything metal into plastic. So
about the only place I can think of you would really use it. I would never use it on a tail control rod myself, personally.
I personally use JB well, but anyways, for the exactly. So you have your your ball, right? It goes into servo arm, perfect spot. Another spot is certain helicopters that have canopy grommets. It's good to put a little dab of CA on the grommets.
That's a really good idea.
Right?
Yeah, so they don't keep popping out of your canopy all the time.
Exactly. Right. So a little dab there would be a good spot. Any type of, obviously, like, it's more on the older side of goblins used to have like the stuff you put around the canopy.
Yeah, the canopy edging.
Yeah, the edging, yeah. Things like that. But yeah, there are some uses for CA for sure.
You can use it to balance blades and tail blades if you're really looking for that high performance competition machine. Poke a little hole in it, make sure it's foam safe, but you put some foam safe CA in there to balance out your blade.
Oh yeah, and as far as applications, typically with CA, I try to make sure wherever I'm applying CA, I try to scuff the surface a little bit with like like a Scotch-Brite pad, and then make sure the mating surfaces are actually clear of any debris, oils, and all that stuff to try to maximize the adhesion and penetration. Because really, if you want that shit to stick, the way you want it, where you want it for a long time, penetration is key. So
that's what she said.
So as far as different varieties, what ones do you guys use? There's several different kinds. I think like I said, I think I barely scratched the surface on these.
Mine's not a brand. I don't care. The brand doesn't matter. Whatever the cheapest one, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I usually buy
whatever's available.
Medium is usually the one I buy the most, but I do buy thin and thick, once in a while.
I use thin and medium usually. I don't rarely use thick for anything.
Yeah, I'll buy medium and like kicker. For a lot of the stuff I did on R2D2, it was medium CA and just spray kicker that I got on Amazon. I think I actually went through like at least a couple bottles of that, but then I did a lot of epoxy on him for a lot of the body stuff, but some of the smaller stuff was definitely CA'd. Yeah, but I'm always interested to see, like, when I watch a YouTube video of like a carpenter or somebody and they'll pull out the bottle of CA, because I didn't use
bottle of CA too.
Well, I didn't use a lot, before I started in the hobby. I didn't really use CA for anything. It was basically hobby related, and
that's more new in the woodworking.
So I'm always thinking that's hobby stuff, and why wouldn't you use like wood glue? But it depends on the application they're going for.
You don't want to wait till the next day for shit to set up.
Right.
Yeah. So what I've seen in the woodworking is they do both. They'll put wood glue to like cure it, but they use the CA and kicker to like just tack it in place, so they don't have to use like tack nails or finishing nails to keep it in place.
Right.
47 clamps.
Yeah, or 47 clamps in weight, right? So for them to get away from the clamps, they pin nail it, but then that creates all these little pinholes, so they can just use CA and glue it. That's been a new thing. I haven't seen it like post 5-7 years ago. I never saw woodworking new CA, and now it seems to be a thing. So.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Now as far as accelerators and debonders, actually I had to do a little bit, looking up on this one. Accelerators are usually, aerosol based, pretty much adds moisture to the CA to cause it to dry in seconds. And be sure mating surfaces are ready. Everything is where you want it before applying, because it'll dry like stupid fast. And debonders, I actually had to pull this off of Google because I think I've only used it once, but that was like 15 years ago. But it pretty much softens cured CA, aka cyanocryate, if parts are bonded incorrectly or fingers stuck together. It takes a few drops of like the brand Uncure to dissolve the CA in minutes and to remove CA from hard surfaces. So can cloth, paper towel, and it says, for some odd reason, it said rub vigorously the affected areas.
The whole time I'm
you rub vigorously
penis.
when you when you get it on there. But junk
softens up for hard surfaces. Yeah, I was thinking the whole time.
Yep.
There's hope for my penis.
Oh my gosh.
What is that debonder? What's it made out of?
That I'm not sure.
Oh.
Probably should have done a little bit more digging, but
I was just curious. I didn't know if it's like an acetone or what it was.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'll have to check it out. I probably should have some, obviously I do use CA, and last thing I need is shit stuck to my hand or in my nose or whatever. As far as storing it, what I do is I store in servo containers in case, if anything was to accidentally be spilled or whatever. I keep one on my desk and I keep one in my my traveling cases. And then Andy found one. He put one in my notes. It says, keep in a cool, dry place. Refrigerator would be a perfect environment.
Yeah, refrigerator is a good place to keep it because your inside your refrigerator is extremely dry and it's cold. So it's like a perfect spot. It'll keep in there longer than anywhere else.
Absolutely.
Just don't take it out and squirt it in your coffee.
No.
There was one video as I was doing research for this, said that they keep their CA in the freezer. It's like, man, I don't know. That's
what I've heard. I've heard doing that. Because I brought up this topic somewhat of storage, a couple months ago. Somebody said, to do that, the freezer, refrigerator.
Oh yeah, that's right. Somebody left that in the comments section, I think.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I'll give it a try. And on top of that, I also, for like for my CA and stuff, I do have extra lids because I use the Hobbytown brand, which I think it's rebranded, Bob Smith Industries, from what I've looked up. But I use, I get a bunch of like the spare lids, caps, nozzles for mine, so because that way I don't have to, if I had to like take a needle and like poke the top out because it dried up in the actual nozzle, I ain't dicking with it. I'm just throwing it away and getting another one. So I'll just replace the cap and the nozzle. But the last but not least, I didn't see this one, but baking soda works
you
great.
skipped one that you're talking about poking a hole in it. Steve has a good thing. You use a T-pin, stick that down in the hole, and and then when you pull the pin out, you got a hole there. It keeps the hole.
Even if the CA dries up around it,
Yeah,
it's a T-pin,
you can
so
twist the
twist it.
T-pin, twist it, and pull it out. It's good to go, and then stick it back in. It's good till next time.
Yeah, see, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah.
And well, the final thing on my list is baking soda works great to fill in large gaps. And that
you
one
guys
is also
ever
from
done
Andy.
that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So baking soda acts as a accelerant, so it's almost like a kicker, and you can either fill a big crack full of baking soda and then squirt or drip thin CA in, or you can apply some CA and then sprinkle baking soda on top of it. Either way works, and your joint will then be sandable and paintable.
Huh.
Yeah, I see a lot of the plankers.
I think it's maybe more of an airplane trick, but
right.
Mm-hmm.
I've used it in various places. It works really good.
Yeah, it's same type of deal, like using like wood glue and like sawdust, you know.
Yeah, I didn't think about that one.
I got a question for you guys. When you go to buy CA, what size bottles do you guys get? Do you get the biggest one?
Smallest
the smallest one?
Smallest they make.
Mm-hmm.
Smallest to medium-sized bottle for me.
Well, that all depends
on what you're doing.
Yeah, what you're doing. For me, because I was buying the smallest ones for the longest time until I got into that whole project.
If you got a project,
like industrial size.
Yeah, I was getting.
You need it, but if you're just doing a tail control rod every 6 months, then get a small one, or it's going to dry up before you use it anyway.
Exactly. Even if you think you like, oh, the medium size or the larger size will save you money because it's only like 50 cents more.
It's twice the size, but like 50 cents more. You're just gonna throw it away anyway.
And you're gonna throw it away anyways. You're not gonna use it.
Unless you have a project or you're building, like if you're building balsa kits all the time, you're gonna go through it.
Yeah. Or you freeze it.
I don't know about the freezer. I've never heard of that. Refrigerator has been around for a long time, but I guess the freezer would work too.
Yeah, I think it's the same principle. So, yeah, awesome. Is that it?
All right.
Yep, that's everything.
Thanks, Iaen.
Good job.
You actually
Ian.
Put effort in this week.
Oh, I know. I had a lot of time this week to actually do shit. So, hopefully we'll have some more of these strip tips for everybody.
All right, cool. Let's move on to news and announcements.
All right, let's do some news
and
announcements.
Ooh. Yeah, I wrote this first here. So, yes, I want to officially announce I have joined the Theta Servo USA team.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Congrats, dude.
I do one of these reaction things.
I need a da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
I don't have anything for that.
Damn it, Andy.
Sorry. Yeah, I've been testing their servos for a while, and I got asked a while ago if I wanted to join the team, and I was like, well, I mean, I need to try some of these servos first. So they're like, yeah, of course. So I bought a couple of pairs, and I got 2 sets. And I wanted to start with 2 sets to do this trial because I wanted to put on my nitros. I wanted to give it the most abuse I can give it in the time I have, like the quickest time I can give it. And since I've been flying a lot of nitros, and nitros are hard inherently on electronics.
Oh yeah.
So that was my test bed. My raw nitro and also my Kraken 580 nitro have gotten the servos, I'll be honest, probably late last year. And I've been flying them for about, a good solid 4 or 5 months before I made the decision of joining the team. And after several crashes on the Kraken 580 and, just, I don't know, over 100 flights on the nitro, just beating the crap out of it as much as I could. They've been holding up. They've been holding up great. As most of you guys know, I don't clean my nitros. So like all the oil and gunk and everything that stays on the servo. I don't wipe them off. I don't do nothing of that. So for these servos to be, zero issues, even after 2 crashes on the 580, zero issues with the servos. I knew that these were good. And then once I started playing around with the NFC stuff, that's another game changer. It's not a necessity, but oh my god, when I can set everything with zero reversing, zero trim on the transmitter on my Flyballs units, for every model that I set up now, it's just cool. Like, yes, it takes me an extra 15 minutes to set up a machine, before I install the servos, but it's once you get that thing, like, it's perfect. You don't have to do anything electronically, which I love that option. So, yeah. So yeah, I want to make that announcement.
Nice, dude. Congrats again.
Thank
Congrats.
You. All right. What else do we have?
All right. You guys see this IRCHA bulletin newsletter deal?
I have now.
Yeah, they're doing I guess it's a newsletter. I don't know where you find it. I found it on their Facebook page.
Is it
but it's kind of neat. It's what?
Is it emailed out or something? Like all the members?
I just found it on Facebook. I don't know. I guess I follow the Facebook page. It might be emailed. I don't know. They should if they've not.
Should be, right? I mean,
but it's just what is it? 7, 8 pages. Kind of like a small magazine. Just some few articles by different people. President Dan Lacente wrote a thing, and then article about U.S. F3C, F3E, and world team selection, various stuff about scale, stuff about servo frequencies. J.C. Zankel did a little thing about the IRCHA pilot proficiency program that he did last year. Kyle Dahl wrote an article about Scorpion. Just various different things.
Yeah,
Nick Maxwell about the XL powers. Yeah, just a little bit of various different things, kind of like we used to see in some of the Rotor magazines that don't exist anymore.
Nice.
Check that out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Facebook also brought up the G-Tangs. Is doing a Tron 7.0 conversion kit. They say it's almost ready. Check that out. It'll be based on the Tron 7.0 electric kit.
Okay.
Have one of those. Want to make it gasser? You will be able to soon.
Nice.
Interesting.
Scorpion has come out with another tool.
I want it so bad.
I guess it was it last year that they come out with the multi-tip driver. Well, now they have a ratcheting version, which, I don't really like ratcheting screwdrivers myself. But the best part about it is it now includes a 4mm hex bit, so you can tighten your blades up, and a 4mm Phillips and a flat.
Yes.
It's kind of got everything you could possibly need in one tool, which is cool.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah, I think that's cooler than the ratcheting for sure.
That is
like the
awesome.
ratchet is cool. You can use it when you're trying to, take apart something, like you crash a hell and you're like, oh, well, I'm stripping down for the good parts and I'm going to throw the rest away. That the ratcheting is good, quick, easier to do. But I do love that it comes with more bits that are ones where
that's really cool.
4mm,
yeah,
big one. I hate
really
carrying
need
extra
a
4. Yeah,
Totally agree with you.
Yeah. So for that alone, I'll pay the $60 price for that.
Yeah, it is kind of expensive. $60.
$59.99.
Yeah, and it does telescope. It has the telescoping tip to it, so that's great.
Yeah, but you're getting 7 different bits, so I mean it. Yeah, it's a little expensive.
I'm sold on it. I'll take it. Cool.
Oh yeah.
All right, what's next? We've got the new goblins. Well, a new goblin.
New scheme and a new goblin.
Apparently.
So like,
They love
more
to
like
they love to drop a new scheme and call it a new model, but it's really not.
No.
What is that? Orange Goblin Kraken 580, orange and blue. Kind of cool looking though.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
I like it. Let's just say there might be a nitro with that scheme in my future.
Oh, I would expect nothing less. But the real news is this Raw 700 Puma? I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Puma?
Feather.
It's feather in Italian. This is a lightweight 700 based on the Raw 700 and the 580 Raw and the Nitro Raw. I think it's got parts from all of those things.
Yeah, it's basically a Raw Nitro 700 with an electric power plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're saying as low as 4 kilograms with a 6S 5500 milliamp hour battery. That's 8.8 pounds. I don't think I would probably fly it on 6S 5500, but I'm very interested in this because I kind of like a lightweight, super lightweight setups. They're saying the airframe weighs 2,200 grams with blades, no battery, no electronics. So that'll kind of give you an idea. What's that, Steve?
I want to try something interesting with this because if you think about it, it's basically takes a 600 size powertrain, like electronics said. So what am I running with my 600s? I want to share the packs. So I'm going to set this up very similar to my Raw 580, basically.
Yeah, with the 8S setup.
Yep.
Yeah, nice. I think that would work really well. I would either do like at least 7, maybe, or probably more like 8S, or probably just do 12, but do like
12 is going to be great. Yeah.
4,000s or 3,500s or something like that. Probably 4,000s on 12. Yeah. It wouldn't be as light as a 7 or 8S, but it would be, it'd be like a 10-pound heli or something. 9.5, 10 pounds. It'd be really nice.
Now, for the folks that kind of hate on the 8S setup, like, not going to name names, but they, with my X8, I can't charge one pack. So there's that debate thing. But the main thing is that what people don't understand is my 7S and my 8S, they both exactly weigh the same. So why not get a 3.7 volt or 4.2, whatever voltage more to help out with the pack, when you're not sacrificing any weight difference. So.
Yeah. I forgot what I said I was going to do. I'm going to run 9S.
Ooh, yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, how do you do that? Is that a 6 and a 3S? Or...
Yeah, do a 6 and a 3.
It's a 4 and a 5. Okay. Sounds like we're playing
craps 4 and a 5. Get really weird.
Right. You're like...
Maybe I'll do 8 and a 1. I don't know. It's just really weird.
Well, Maniac does make the 6,000 milliamp one cell.
3 threes.
Let's get all 3 of those. 3 threes.
A 4, a 2, and a 3. I don't know. Just make it really fucking weird just to piss those guys off. What do you think?
3 threes. I love it.
Oh, I love it. 3 threes. Yeah. Oh man. But anyways, so that's my thoughts on it. And I got my name on that list. As soon as
it should be cool. I'm glad to see they're doing this because I was kicking around the idea of possibly doing a 580 and stretching it out somehow. Now I don't have to. I just buy this.
Yeah.
It'll take up to 730 millimeter blades. It says so. Yep. Cool.
A true 700 size. Another thing is with this new release, the new canopy design and method of being able to take on and off the canopy and getting rid of that semi-permanent whatever bikini canopy that it had.
So it has a split canopy that you can pull off.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's just like
I
the
like
580.
that better.
So it won't have the fish mouth anymore.
No more fish mouth. It goes away.
Yeah, I kind of like that personally, and I'd already talked about that where you can I would fly it without a canopy 9
Yes.
times out of 10, but I like to be able to put the canopy on if I want to.
Yeah.
So.
And I love the canopy because it has bright colors. It has orange on it. So that also is a selling point for me.
I was going to go ahead and pre-order one, but I've decided I should probably build the ones that are already here. I'm going to wait a little while till I finish some that are sitting here unbuilt. But I'll probably pick one up eventually.
Yeah, I think it's a good match for you because you don't rock the 2400 head speed. So like the max head speed they want you to run on is
no. I'd probably put a small. What motor are you gonna do?
I'm doing a 4030 or 4035 maybe. You know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it a bigger size.
I was gonna go smaller motor and gear it for like 1900 max. Something like that, kind of a low head speed setup.
Yeah, but 1800 on the regular raw is perfect for me. I think like with the weight difference, like a 1700 would be like all I would ever ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Gear for that 1900 on the high side, just if you want to.
That way you can run a 6, 7, 8S and still not bog it if you gear it correctly.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh. And I could segue into the next thing that I'm writing here. With that 8S setup, right? I'm gonna have to kind of get a different motor, right? Like I'm not gonna take the motor from my 580. I'm gonna keep that flying. So Eagle Drift announced, I think today, at least I shared it out today in my Facebook, but they are now through the website, you can order custom motors now. So there's like a whole drop-down menu system that they've developed for their motors. So like perfect for this, raw Vyuma. You can order like a 4030 HT, and then you can specify your KV, your motor shaft length, and even the design on top. So how I like that scale design?
You could already get custom KV from them very easily.
Yes, you can, but it's usually involved in talking to Vincent. Vincent will or talking to customer service, and then you kind of basically back and forth.
So now you can just select it from a box. Oh, that's cool.
Select it all down the list and hit add to cart, pay for it. They'll confirm what you ordered, and then they'll build that custom motor for you and ship it out to you.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah, I'll share that link to that Facebook post so people could.
Nice.
Okay. All right. What else do we have here?
Well, I wrote this in reference to things being ordered and new things and people that have, like Andy said, way too many things sitting on the shelf and really shouldn't be ordering anything. I found out through the grapevine that Steve Shaw has ordered a 580 raw electric kit that he is very excited about putting together, and I'm sure we will see it soon.
In 10 years. That's going to be so cool.
Yeah, it's going to be so cool.
When the 580 raw is vintage.
Right.
10, 12 years from now.
When Goblin's on the third canopy scheme with the raw 580 electric. And of course, the nitro's been out for another,
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Right. That's awesome though. Good.
But
I think he's gonna like it.
He was all happy about it and at work cool. And
heck yeah.
It's gonna be a good retirement present for him. He's got, a bunch he can get together. I'm sure like once he's retired, he's gonna have back-to-back like maidens and all sorts of shit. It's gonna be like 4th of July and fireworks going off. There'll be tons of helicopters in the air all at once.
Are we gonna take bets on is he gonna start building helis when he retires, or is it just gonna be some other excuse?
No, I think he's gonna build helis. I have faith in him.
They're get all his helis finished this year after he retires.
They're primarily already built. Like most of them, the fuselage is together, like the frame.
Yeah,
everything's in them.
I don't think lack of time is the problem, honestly.
He's still my boss, so I declined to comment.
Per heli.
Yes.
What's that?
But he's still my boss, so I declined to comment. But you said, Andy, something when we were at what was that, Queen City? If you just put one screw in a day,
he'd be done.
He'd be done with about four or five different helicopters.
He literally needs like 2 or 3 hours per heli to finish them. You can't tell me you can't find 2 or 3 hours in 3 years. I don't think lack of time's a problem. Lack of motivation, maybe, which is, I suffer from that as well. I've had plenty of time to finish this Spectre V2, but I haven't done it because I've not been motivated. I'm speaking from experience, Steve. I know what you're doing. Finding any excuse to not do it.
Oh, well,
I got your number.
What the hell, Andy?
It's okay. Andy. It's okay.
Okay.
Oh, well.
What really grinds my gears, though, is the constant discussion about what's going to happen in the near future. Dude,
I think he just likes talking about it, what he's going to do instead of actually doing anything.
I think he likes to see my reaction, like the look in my eyes that if there was an open window, I would jump out of it right now and we're on the second floor. Like, I think he likes to see that look in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully he hears this after he retires. He's a little behind on the podcast, so.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Just blame it on me. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just tell him I put you up to it.
Yeah.
It's like I wasn't going to say anything, but Andy started in.
But yeah, before we started recording, Andy said all this stuff, and I better do it. Kevin, you better say something about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that was my contribution to news and announcements.
Nice. So look for that. IRCHA 2030.
Damn.
The 20th anniversary of the Goblin Raw. Look for that.
Yeah. All right. Ohio Heli Throwdown up in North Jackson, Ohio is coming up. Well, it's not coming up, but they got dates. It's July 14th through the 17th. I think I'm probably going to try to make it to this event again. I went last year and it rained the whole time, but it's a fun group of guys. This is where Mike Sobey, Daniel Turiak, Todd Dudek. I don't know. Maybe.
Mike Sobey doesn't need to fly.
Up there. It's
needs to come out.
It's a good crowd.
Yeah, and just hang out. Yep.
Yeah. We get to chat up and hang out.
Yeah, let's go check that out. Speaking of fun flies, the Free Fall RC podcast HeliFest is July 29th through the 31st in Southampton, New Jersey, at Allen's Airfield.
And what's this, the 7th one, Steve?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Damn.
Can you believe that?
7 years.
Feels like 10.
Feels like a year for me.
I don't know. Have you ever been there?
No.
I have.
I have. It's a cool place. Cool
I'm going to try to go to this one.
I'd like to be able to go to this. Maybe if, I got to shoot back up to Jersey because selling the house or whatnot. I think this is going to be around the time where the wife's going to, actually, that's my wife's birthday, 29th.
Yeah, well, you can take her there for her birthday.
Oh, yeah, she'll love
bring her down for her birthday. Yep.
Or like, hey guys, as he drives by to like go to Atlantic City or something.
Yeah. Hey guys, go up and down the runway. Don't even get out of the car. Just straight to Atlantic City. That's what she would want for her birthday.
It's a cool place. I enjoyed it. It's a laid back kind of fun fly.
Yeah.
So just hang out with your buds.
Yep.
And Steve.
I think I'll be there this year.
You think?
I'm gonna try. I mean, somebody from the podcast got to show up.
I was gonna say, if you're not, how is it?
Right. It'll just be this
podcast
South
Helifest.
Jersey, yeah, Helifest.
So,
We should ship Iaen over there. Let him do it this year.
Yeah. Iaen, change of the guards. It's your turn now.
All right, I guess.
Iaen and I will have a great time there.
Oh yeah.
We'll make the best of it. All right. And I guess we have one last thing to announce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some sad news in the hobby for everybody that knew him. Our buddy Mike Longo has lost his battle with pancreatic cancer.
Passed away yesterday, Monday.
He put up a hell of a fight, though. Let me tell you. And I wanted to bring this up because not only did I enjoy Mike when he was around, he was a good guy. You know, he used to come down with the McClellans all the time, and he flew the Align 550s, and he had a collection of them. We were talking about earlier.
All identical, every single one to the T, like
down
the wiring
to the
and everything.
Right, down to the tie
zip
wraps.
tie. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep. He had like 7 of them, I think, when it was all said and done. And you know, he's just good pilot and used to kind of just come down and hang out with everybody. There's some pictures going around now from the club we used to fly at in Jersey, Tri-County. They put out a newsletter, and it was good to see some of the pictures that I haven't seen in a long time. But I got a chance to talk to Mike last weekend. Rob called him and kind of was going around the fun fly, and I just wanted to bring it up because the guy had an amazing character, because even though like little things would piss him off and get him down, but in the face of like, I'm home, I can't walk, you wouldn't even recognize me if you showed up, kind of things that he said, he still had a positive attitude. He was still like, yeah, I'm just looking forward to the day I beat this. And like, I was amazed at the character of this guy. Like, just, still, how many of us would be that positive and that optimistic, at that point? Like, but I'm sure that, he's, in a better place at this point than, because I can't imagine what that's got to be like going through that.
The pain of that,
yeah, it's got to be pretty bad because he was a fit guy to begin with, and just I remember the last time I actually saw him face to face, he was whittled down quite a bit, from what he was, and then to go even further, I can't even imagine. So rest in peace, buddy. It was it was good to talk to him. I'm glad Rob did that, and gonna miss him.
Yep. He used to wear this shirt all the time.
Yes.
All the time. You see him with the blue HOD shirt.
So. Yes, that's right. That's right.
I work for you, Mike.
Nice.
All right. Okay. Let's, I guess, move it on.
Yeah, sure.
What's next for you in the hobby?
What's next for you,
What's
Andy?
Next for me?
Yeah, Andy, what's next
probably
for you?
some little bit more 3D printing stuff, and that's probably it. Honestly,
I'd love the 3D.
I don't want to get your hopes up. You love what?
The 3D printing stuff.
Yeah, I got to mess around with it some more. I need to get set up to do ABS or try some of that PT. What's that other stuff? PTEG?
PETG?
PETG? Yeah. I just have a. Is it?
Yeah, they say that it's better for like the temperature resistant, and it doesn't warp as bad as ABS. Like it just has like all the better qualities of ABS, but it's like printing PLA.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Right.
And I think I have a couple spools. I need to start playing around with it and see if it'll work, because ABS is kind of aggravating sometimes.
Yeah, especially when it warps in the corner.
Yeah. You almost really need it in a heated enclosure or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know if I will be able to do any flying this week. There were some days last week that I probably could have flown, but the wind here has been unreal, like unfreaking real, like 20 miles an hour. And I don't want to fly that bad to go out in the 20-mile-an-hour wind.
I've been flying in that. It's been about 15 to 20 gusts.
Yeah, I just don't
windy,
find that fun.
I don't mind it now anymore, as long as it's not in my face. As long as it's this way or that way, I'm okay. You know,
like I'll do it if I'm at an event or have a reason to, but just to go outside and fly just because I'm like,
I bet you get some killer autos with that though.
Yeah, you could just park it.
Just park it like that.
Just let it sit there forever. Yeah, that's true. It is fun to auto and that, except when it's gusty, because then you're like floating.
And
then it starts to gust, so you actually start going up, and then all of a sudden it quits, and then you just smack the ground. That kind of sucks.
I can see that.
Yeah. What about you, Steve?
So, yeah, I want to fly. I mean, that's kind of really all I've been wanting to do these days is fly as much as I can. I'm ready. I'm ready to install this thing. I have it here. I have my Jetty transmitter right behind me. I don't know if I need to like plug this into a computer first to like update it or anything. So I have it here, but I want to get that Spirit GTR installed on the Black Thunder. So that way I can start flying it this weekend, do some tuning on it, figure out what tuning even looks like on a Jetty. I don't know. So, I'm thinking I'm going to first kind of do my Google searches, and I want to figure out if I can figure this out on my own. And then I'm going to, I know there's several pilots like Charles Booker who flies Spirit and Jetty, and GTR specifically. So I know there's other folks that reached out as well. So I have some folks I can reach out when I need help. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a shot to see if I can figure it out on my own first and then go from there. That's going to be part of one of the criteria is that, without any help, how hard is it to set up? And then obviously when I get help, if I need help, I'll get it and explain why I asked for help, right? Like, where did I get stuck that I needed help? I think that's a good kind of kind of a case study, like when someone new is trying to get into something new like this, right? Like I am completely new to Jetty and completely new to Spirit. So what someone new, what are the road bumps that they're going to hit? So I want to kind of go through those on my own, and I'll log kind of the struggles I've had. And that is going to be part of the review process that I'm going to be doing later on. Let me see. Besides that, is there anything else? Yeah, so by the time this episode comes out, obviously I announced that I'm going to be on Team Theta. I'm also going to be doing a post on Theta servos and kind of what I discussed on this here, like why I joined the team and what kind of drew me to their product. And I'm going to do a whole post, so I'm going to kind of work on that from now to basically when this episode comes out. So yeah, that's about it for me. Let's see. Ian?
Other than work, I'll be on Discord. I do believe I'm probably gonna end up being off on Friday, just due to scheduling issues, that and the babysitter. So she, she can't watch for Friday, so it would cause me to go into work 2 hours late, which I told my my boss that, I'm going to be a couple hours, and she's like, well, I'm actually overstaffed. So she goes, let me know either way. If you can't do it, she goes, I'll already have somebody that I'll send home because they've got a couple agency people in. I've got doubles lined up for Saturday and Sunday, but I do believe the weather might be decent on Thursday, so I might be able to squeeze out 2 days worth of flying to this week. And I actually just pulled the trigger on a. I actually probably forgot to mention this on my week. I got a Jersey Modeler jug from Keith Williams. I picked it up from him yesterday, and I just paid him for it right now. So yeah, it's I want to say it's the 2 gallon. It's the bigger one. He didn't like the bigger one. He likes to keep the smaller jug. It's a little bit easier to store at home and then carry with you. And he doesn't have any nitros flying right now, so he's kind of taking a break from nitro.
No need for that then, yeah.
So that, and he's got like about, I want to say almost a gallon's worth of 22%. So it's like, I'll burn that. That's no problem. So
nice. Include the fuel.
Yeah, it's got the fuel in it. So he had no use for it. He said he's done with nitro
stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he sold all of his nitro, and he's just strictly digging the electrics, which, he was having a blast with them yesterday. I mean, that 800, he was beating the shit out of it, and it was awesome.
He really flies that thing well.
He does, and it looks great. And then, of course, he's got his V2 all built back up, from RCHO. That thing, he piled it in like, 3 times? Like, he's got a new canopy on it, which, by the way, the scheme that he's got on there, it's like the white and red and blue. It looks fucking sick.
It's not red, white, and blue?
It's no scheme I've seen from them yet. So it's a pretty badass looking canopy. So it's on his video he just released today of us flying at the park. Check it out. It's definitely pretty good. I had a blast yesterday.
How do you find this page?
Look him up on YouTube under Blade Scraper.
Blade Scraper.
Oh, Kevin, you got to do it like, what's his name?
Rob Halford? I can't.
Yeah, Rob
People
Halford.
Are sleeping in my house here.
Well, that's their problem.
Well, wake them up.
Probably wakes up like, what the hell is going on?
Somebody step on the dog?
What the hell's Dad doing in there?
It's like the New York Echo from Robin Williams stand-up. It's like, hello, shut the fuck up.
That's the New York Echo.
The video is called Iaen Finally Flies His Black Nitro.
Nice.
Back at Minor Park for some flying. Oh, wow. He's like, hey, this is a vlog. He vlogs, huh?
Yeah, Jonas called him out, said he wanted him to show his face a bit more, so he tried out the vlog, which I thought it turned out really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll check it out after this.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. As far as that, I can't really think of really much of anything else I'll be doing. I'll probably get to do a little bit of wrenching. I know I need to clean up both of the nitros because they're greasy as hell.
Clean nitro.
Yeah.
Sounds like an oxymoron.
Yeah.
He barely flew it twice. Now he's cleaning on it.
Yeah.
There was nitro dripping off of it like crazy, especially after the glow plug blew out.
So I was gonna say.
Especially after next time.
So what am I gonna be doing? Is that what you ask?
Nobody asked that. But what are you doing, Kevin?
Nobody asked that.
Yeah.
Well, like the rest of us, I'm gonna be aging another week, and then I'm gonna probably go flying. That's about it. Over.
No Discord?
I might do Discord. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen?
Time.
That's like when I used to say, oh yeah, I'll do Discord. Maybe I'll show up.
I'm gonna pull Steve though this week. You know what I forgot to talk about? I actually took my crawler to the crawling course.
Nice.
And when everybody wakes up,
get some video, man.
Yeah, well, I should get some video of that. That's easy to do. But I put taillights in I put headlights in one weekend. I put taillights in this weekend.
That one, is it, Kevin?
No, that's easy.
Make sure the audio's working.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so hopefully I'll get out to the field and get some flying in.
Cool.
And that's it. That's all I got planned.
Maybe I'll try to fly. Now that I said I wasn't going to.
You should, Andy.
Do it.
Yeah. See.
You'd be less grouchy.
Would I though?
Don't count on it.
No.
Don't bet your horses.
All right, so what are we doing next? Anything? Listener pipeline?
Oh, we got
let's do listener pipeline. Do we have any?
Yeah, we got a few.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What's going on, boys? It's Robert. Just calling you guys to make sure you're okay. These episodes are coming out a day early. I just want to make sure, nothing's wrong. What's with you guys?
Last week's.
Normally you forget to post them on Fridays, and now they're coming out a day early. Love it. Keep up the great work, guys. Miss ya. Hope everything's well, and get out there and fly. See ya.
Nice.
That was Chris. From March 17th, so he was talking about the show from week before last, I guess.
Yeah, when I released it like Thursday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Well, since you guys called me out, I guess I have to call in. Hopefully I make it in time for this week's show. Anyhow, all the podcasts except All Things That Fly, they haven't put out in a while. I'm not sure what Lucian and Moose are up to other than what they're up to. I know Innovative Designs is still in business, but I haven't heard a podcast from the guys in a while. Ron and Tom in the morning are still going strong. Andre's still putting stuff out. The RC Roundtable, they're going strong. And I think that was it. If I missed something, oh well, hey, I'm driving in the car, so I might have missed something. But there's also RC Lawn Chair or something like that. I can't remember what exactly. There's those guys, but they're mostly car stuff versus plane stuff, but they do fly. I think that's about it. Anyhow, glad to hear that everybody had a good time at the at AMPS, and who knows? I may see if I'm available to make it down to the free fall one. If you guys are going to be there. Talk to you later.
Be there.
Bye.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks,
Steve.
And I just looked it up because he said they hadn't done one in a while. And the All Things That Fly's last episode was episode 300 on September 6, 2021.
Oh, they're done.
Which means
for now
we are more. Woohoo!
Yeah. So maybe they hit 300 and they were like, yeah, it's a good stopping point.
Yeah, we ain't catching free fall.
Well, we were getting so close. I was like, yeah, we're going to beat them. And then they fired up again. It's like, oh, damn it. We were like 10 behind there for a while. But, all right, we win.
Hard for anyone to keep up to it with us.
We're not doing too bad for weekly, though, like consecutive weeks. I think we're doing pretty damn good. Yeah. I know we take a couple weeks off around the holidays, but
that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
2 weeks out of 52. I mean, what can you ask for,
Cranking out 50 weeks a year.
Hey, we got the blessing from Dan K. Reed on that one, so.
Yeah. Yeah, so screw you if you don't agree with us.
Yeah.
Dan said it was okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, here's the next one.
Oh, I actually forgot something. I met up with Chris Green. We went out to lunch. He happened to be in my town, pinged me about something, said, hey, let's do lunch. Anyhow, other than that, have a good day.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, Chris is a great guy.
And that's got to have been a funny conversation.
They probably had a lot
to lunch.
Yeah, but they probably had a lot to talk about because Chris was building a couple balsa planes, and I know Steve's into planes and such. So, yeah, probably.
I was just thinking, we were doing Iaen was doing his tech tip about CA. I was just thinking of the few guys that still listen to us that are big balsa guys. Balsa airplane builders are like experts on CA.
Oh yeah.
They use
tons
of it.
One of the things we didn't bring up with CA is those tips, those little needle tips.
The little.
Oh yeah, and I did see those as I was looking around.
Applicator tips.
Applicator tips. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I was
do you guys ever do you guys ever mix your CAs or anything like that, or do any type of watering down or anything? No, right?
No,
I do that with epoxy. I've done that with epoxy.
Yeah, I don't. Does that work with CA?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Is that a thing?
I don't know if that works. I mean, I guess you could mix thin and thick together and get medium.
A little bit lighter medium.
I don't know. All right, we got one last pipeline.
Hey, free fall guys, what's up?
Oh, my ears.
South Florida calling. What a beautiful place to be right now this time of year.
So loud.
Guys, I just want to say it was very nice to see a few of you representing some of the best fun flies so far in 2022. Saw Steve Yoon and having a great time. Was Andy there too at RCHO? Yep, think so. So a little bit of free fall representation. Saw Kevin at the next event down in Miami, and Frank. Saw Mike Lawrence, Bert, Kyle, Smith Milk, so many guys, man. I didn't see too much of a representation, though, from the RCHO boys. What's up with that? Got to also say, man, I'm really excited. I just ordered another helicopter. Yes, sir. That's right, Andy. Fuck off. What do they call that? Another Kraken. Raw. 580 Raw. Man, I'm so excited about that helicopter. It won't be long. It'll be together, too, I might say. I might actually go ahead and bump it up the list just a little bit. Also, something really exciting has happened. Y'all are going to be, so many people around the world will be happy to know about this. I've made an official challenge. I've gotten kind of a little bit nauseated about hearing Kevin talk about running, 2 miles? Then he actually bumped it up to 3 miles. 3 miles, boys. Man. I decided I'm tired of hearing that shit. I run typically 5 to 6 miles, usually 3 or 4 times a week. I'm on the way home right now from my dear old mom's house to run a little 6-mile run. I did challenge Kevin this past weekend to run 5 miles with about 20 people. I did challenge Kevin this year, 2022, baby, a half marathon. That's 13.1 miles. It does no good if all you get is 13. If you don't do the 0.1, it does not count. Doesn't matter how fast you do it or how slow you do it. So the challenge is on, Mr. Teschner. Just want to tell you, serious half marathon, 13.1, 2022. Hope to see y'all again sometime soon, maybe at the spring fling. I know, Andy, you won't be there. Iaen will be a no-show. Kevin, not so likely. But I think that Steve Yoon will be there to represent the free fall team. And, of course, I'll be there to represent the call-ins. Anyway, that's it. Hope y'all doing well. Nice chatting with you. Steve in Florida said that. Bye.
Steve in Florida said that.
Nice. I like that sign off.
That's an awesome sign off. He knew I was going to give him shit, so he preemptively told me off. That's awesome.
I love it.
Well, yeah, I figured out why he can't build a helicopter.
Why?
He spends too much time running everywhere.
Well, running is a considerably loose term. Like the amount of pounds of pressure that are in the rear tire of a hardtail Harley, it's very loose and squirrely when he says running. And anybody that has a
that's even worse. So if he's going 5 or 6 miles and he's, running, as you say, hell, that probably takes him 3 hours. No wonder he can't build a heli.
When I asked him, I said one time, well, how long does that usually take? When he told me he was running 7 miles, he was like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And I'm like, well, that's like walking 7 miles. And I guess that's still considerably, fantastic.
Don't you walk like average 4 miles an hour? So
wasn't it
do 8 hours and 8 miles in 2 hours? What?
I'm trying to think. In high school, I think you had to run either like a 8-minute mile, or you had to walk an 11-minute mile. So even if you did 11 minutes times 7, like that would be an hour and some change, an hour and a half, let's say.
So in regards to his challenge of 13.1 miles,
what are you doing?
The only way I'm going to compete in that is if I can use my Jeep. There's no way I'm doing that. There's absolutely. I do not run. I mean, I enjoy running. The whatever it is I run now. I'm doing a straight up mile. Like I'll leave my house and I've been able to make it to the hospital where I came short. Like the previous week, I was able to actually make it to the hospital, make it like a full mile in one shot, which I was pretty happy with that achievement. And then I come back and I work out in the park a little bit, and I'm doing that so I can just stay in shape because I sit down all day. Like my freaking job is keyboard a lot of the time. And so, and I've also been going out if I'm at the office area for lunch. I kind of I'll eat lunch and then there's another mile. I'll do like another lap around our little complex. And it's like It's more or less a mile. But 13.1, dude, for me is that those days are long gone, dude. No way. We did the road march when I was in the Army, and like I said, if I was like doing this seriously and trying to compete, like, and that was a goal of mine, yeah, I probably would try it, but no. He can issue the challenge. He can call me a pussy all he wants. I told him, I said, all right, I said, I'll do that because I know he's going to be retired and probably training for like months to do this half marathon. I said, okay, well, I'll do that. If after we're done with the marathon, we have a guitar solo shred off and we'll see who wins that. And he's like, well, I don't play guitar. I'm like, well, I don't really run. I freaking run a mile.
He should just be like, sure, I'll show you my shredding skills.
Yeah, and then
doesn't matter. He can be like,
right.
That's good enough.
Play Twinkle Twinkle.
But he made you run 13.1 miles.
Well, no. Dude, there's no way I'm running that.
Dude, I can't even fathom that, to be honest, man. I'm too out of shape.
He needs to do a heli build-off.
Yeah. If there's 13 helicopters put together by the time that marathon.
Just do one helicopter. You both go over and do a build-off. Do that in an event or something. It'd be fun.
No, I'm saying if he has 13 of his 13 helicopters built and flying before the marathon, then maybe I'll consider running in the marathon.
Don't give him things like that. He can. I don't know. 13 helicopters when they're 80% done.
No, have you met
he's
Steve?
Retired.
No way.
You don't think so? You don't think he can do it?
To have them all flying? No.
Yeah, you have them all flying within a year.
No way. No way. Might have just upped the ante there.
Guess we'll have to see.
What do you think, Andy? You're mighty quiet.
I don't know. I don't know what to think.
No, believe me when I say there's no way I'm doing 13.1 miles. I'm not even going to do 13.
I can't even.
Yeah, what's in it for you?
Death.
Nothing. I mean, why would you do
cardiac arrest? Yeah.
Because somebody challenged you?
Yeah.
I won't even run 13 miles even if something chased me.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, just eat me. I'm dead.
I don't think I could run to the end of my driveway and back.
I thought Ian was going to say, I can't even run 13 miles if somebody's giving something away.
No.
Or no. I don't need that shit anymore. After like a mile.
No, I'm enjoying what I've been doing. I'm glad I've been doing it because I kind of was like something I'd planned on doing when I moved.
Yeah. Screw Steve. Don't let him take anything away from this.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not missing leg day. Yeah. Screw you, Steve.
Oh man.
All right, so let's move on.
Yeah.
We've been really hard on him this episode.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve.
What the hell, Andy?
What the hell, Andy?
It's all in love. It's good. It's all good. All right, is that it for listener pipeline?
Yes, that is it.
God, I hope so.
Let's wrap it up then. Okay, take a look at Facebook. We are at 1,393 likes, and I do see 3 new names here. And here are the names. We have John Ireland. We have Ryan Gillette, maybe. And we have Ernie Garcia Alba. Awesome. Thanks, guys, for liking our Facebook page.
Is that Jessica's brother?
I mean, they might be related. I don't know.
Yes.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yes.
On the Alba side, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
At least Ernie can say
brother.
But yeah, he's one of my team members too. We're on the same team.
Nice. Team Alba.
There you go. Awesome. All right, Facebook comments. What do we have?
Shit, we got comments on Facebook?
Sure, we got for that meme that Ian posted. That was a good one.
Yeah, Ian. You slapped the shit out of Facebook.
You guys do last week. A bunch of comments from Ian's video with the dude with the heli with the wheels.
Fire
Did you do that last week?
Comments, right?
No.
Oh, look. Should at least get back to the episode and then go from there.
Yeah, so what was it? Buyer beware last week we did?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
There's one comment there.
There's one comment from Mr. William Anthony. He said, "Hey guys, great topic. An interesting strategy guitar sellers in Japan used to have is people selling a guitar they don't own. The guitar will be for sale in a shop in Japan. People go to the shop, take pictures of it.
Selling.
Okay, then post it online."
What is it? I didn't understand that.
It's like consignment selling. It's like, you can bring it to like a shop that will like take the pictures and sell it for you, and you just get like the money, and they get a little cut.
Well, the way he wrote it didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean,
sound like you sell it twice.
Yeah, it could have just said like Japanese eBay or something. eBay consignment.
Yeah, it's like a Japanese pawn shop.
Damn it, Bill! What the hell's wrong with you?
No, he's trying.
Well, he did comment, so thanks, Bill.
Yeah.
Thank you for commenting.
Thanks, Bill.
He did something else. What else did he write on here about something else, right? ESCs.
Yeah, he would love to suggest an all episode all about ESCs. I know Steve is now on the YGE team. There's new YGE coming out soon.
I feel like other podcasts have been talking about ESCs, like the other two heli podcasts. Do we really do an episode on ESCs?
Maybe
someday.
Someday, maybe.
Someday.
Saturday or someday.
What about this one from, I guess Steve posted this. What do you guys think? Quick and dirty review for the 3 FBLs with integrated receivers available for pilots today. The Taba CGY 760 versus Spirit GTR / Jetty versus V-Bar. Bunch of comments. Darren Weenswines.
He says, "Sounds good to me."
On Discord saying, "Pronounce wines."
I don't know. I just like to do that to annoy him. Says, "Sounds good to me. Probably review all 3 with." Oh, you guys already talked about this last week, didn't you? Oh, my bad. Never mind.
Did we? I don't remember this.
Yeah, you did, because I remember hearing it when I listened to the episode I wasn't on.
Okay.
Yeah, we did do over this because I remember when Anders also talked about the scale.
Yeah.
F3C versus 3D and stuff. Let's see. What about the one that Iaen did about the poop? Mike D.
You got a bag of poop. You talked about that too.
We talked about the bag of poop.
Yeah.
But where did he get it from? He made a meme.
Oh.
Eric Burkham said, I think we all know the answer to that question. And post the world's most amazing videos. Elephant sits on man's head. Which I did not watch because some things cannot be unseen.
Yeah, why would you want to see that?
Yeah, I seen it and I couldn't unsee it.
Steve said, "Wow, what's friend?" He's setting you. Well, I guess what a friend. He's setting you up with fertilizer for the whole year. Jimmy Tate said, "Open it, take a whiff. How's it smell?
No.
Does it smell like shit?" Oh, that's for Iaen's bag of poop. And George Baker came out and said, "That's a bunch of shit." So that's the way to get a comment out of George. Post a bag of poop.
All right.
So yeah, we had some more comments on the V2 with wheels. You want to see that video? Go to our Facebook page.
Got some pictures.
Took some great pictures is one of the comments by Michael Sutherland Sr. Victor Spears. Yeah, okay. I didn't see any other comments. You guys see any other comments on that one? It says 12 comments. I can't see them all.
Yeah.
The hell,
Angelo
Facebook?
said, "No shit, literally wheels. Haha. Emilio, how far can that thing slide down the runway?" And then I think Michael said, "The Fulton is only in a straight line."
That is pretty funny looking, but cool looking too.
Some swivels on there.
Oh my gosh, imagine you had like
casters,
a rudder or something. No, just like you can drive
just
it around.
Casters.
No casters, so you can go sideways.
Yeah, exactly. Cool as hell.
Yeah, it was freaking awesome to see.
Right, so we
I
did
like
have
this
a
next meme myself.
right. Me too. We had a meme.
Right.
I don't even know how to explain it. How do you explain it, Steve?
All right, so it's like it's an award ceremony, and we have a picture of someone, and we tagged Robert Monty on it, getting a medal, and he bites that medal. You know, he's proud of his medal. He even kisses the girl that gets in the medal, squeezes her butt cheeks, and he screams out, "Yeah!" You know, gets a bottle of champagne,
Gives
shakes it
everyone
up,
the
and
finger.
pops it, and yeah, gives everyone a finger, shakes a bottle of champagne, sprays it on everyone, and then you zoom out. And you see he's in third place. And the caption says free fall on first place, Helihead second place, and third place Telerotor, and Robert Monty's just dousing himself with champagne, with that huge bottle of champagne, celebrating his bronze medal winning.
Pretty good one.
Right. Oh man, love it.
That was pretty good.
Scott Graham said LOL with a whole pile of exclamation points just for you, Kevin.
Nice.
Rob Cole said OMFG. John Lauren Elrod. Laugh emojis. I just wasted an hour of my life listening to a dumpster fire making love to a train wreck plus a side of Cliff Lewis. Tell a what?
Oh, shoot.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Here I was thinking that I was going to get somewhat valuable info or tips on V-Bar or something. Boy, was I wrong. I want a refund. And he's got some laugh emojis and a fire and I don't know what that is.
I just friended him.
He says, I'm just kidding. Kinda. We still love y'all. Thanks to all our podcast hosts. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you guys do. We need you to get through the work weeks. Damn, I'm reading about like Kevin tonight. I don't know what's going on. Justin Wyatt said, savage. Telerotor is definitely number one in tech tips. Seriously, I really appreciate all the awesome content all the Heli podcasts have. Thanks.
Yeah. I love that we can joke like this with Heliheads and Telerotor, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Train wreck plus a side of Cliff Lewis. Tell a what? That's a good one.
You read that out of context. It's like, damn, that's kind of mean, you know? Like, damn. Anyway.
It is mean. That's the point.
Yeah.
Iaen posted, well, I did a thing with the extra crispy Brandon Cooper edition Black Nitro.
Uh-huh.
And there's a picture of Iaen. Looks like he's throwing up some sort of gang sign or something. I don't know what he's doing.
Well, that's one of my comments. That was what my comment was.
You better watch out, man. Oh, shit. I just threw that sign up. Oh, shit. Let me hide that. In trouble out here.
Scott Graham said, best flying helicopter ever made to this date. And then a bunch of people agree with him.
It's a very good flying helicopter. I have mine.
Steve Yun said, some models you just don't sell. What else?
Jay Treadway. I miss mine for 30 seconds every time I fly it. Then I start gathering up the pieces and remembering why it hates me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that one was fantastic.
Explain the extra crispy bacon. I didn't understand that. Extra crispy Brandon Cooper edition. What?
Okay. I got the airframe from Frank Mordiego, so over at RCHO. The motor is it's a OS 91, which was originally in the Black Nitro that got crashed in the fire pit by Brandon Cooper, and so was the servos.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were in his Black Nitro.
Okay. I don't get it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I thought
it's crispy because it was in the fire.
Yeah, but then that doesn't make the Black Nitro extra crispy. There's nothing wrong with the airframe.
No, it wasn't the airframe. It's the components in it.
Just the components. So that I mean.
All right, I love Tom Shim's comment. Good Lord, it's about time.
Really, he's not wrong.
Yep. We miss anybody?
Just me. No gang signs reported. I said.
Oh, yeah.
Brandon Cooper said, I miss mine every day. Don't ever get rid of it. Majin Winnook said, SCB should come to their senses and bring the Black Nitro back. Keith Williams said, only SCB, I'll touch. Yeah, and then no gang signs reported. Thanks, Kevin. All right.
I don't know. I have a feeling this Raw HD might give it a run for its money.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Steve? It's a clutch stack and everything that people like from that, right? But
it's basically
the
whole
raw
front end.
airframe.
Yeah.
So
the Raw HD would be the closest thing to this, I would say. Being like having the beefier parts of it, like how this had the electric parts, right? So yeah, I would say that's probably a good assessment of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think someone posted it. I don't know. Someone asked like the question. People say like this is the best flying helicopter, and then I think someone's like, well, people say that the raw nitro is the best flying nitro now. Like, and to me, it's whatever helicopter is flying. That's a nitro is my best nitro that's flying
right.
because it's flying. Like I'm flying it. So I mean, yes, the Black Nitro is a great flying helicopter. I think. The problem is that you're going to start getting into some, parts availability issues as time goes by, as it's becoming a discontinued model, right?
I guess if you want a current airframe,
right?
Then that HD thing that Dan Murnane is doing would be equivalent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't think the Goblin Nitro is probably going to be as durable and take quite as much as Buse. Great for what it is, but it's not made to be beat on quite as hard.
I think with the improvements they made with the 6mm tail is gonna help out with the bearings and things like that. But you're still gonna have your transmission.
You got your small main shaft, small spindle shaft, small main bearings, spindle bearings.
But if you think about it,
smaller.
Think about this. Then what brings you to the raw Piuma so much? Piuma.
Well, it's for me.
Lightness?
Yes, for me, that's perfect. Yeah. For Dan Murnane or somebody that wants to beat the ever-loving snot out of it,
yes,
the raw nitro's just not quite heavy-duty enough.
I mean, yes, I can see the argument to that, but I mean, yes, if you're flying like Dan and Tom and you're beating it up, I mean, I put tons of flights on it, and with my flying style and my head speed, it seems to be working fine.
Me and you, it's perfect. If I was going to get a nitro, I would probably get the regular one, you know, straight out the box.
Yeah. If you did have the electric, though, it is nice to be able to share parts and maintenance-wise, share those maintenance bearings and those, those consumable.
Yeah, that's one thing I was thinking about doing. Yep. I'm building this gasser, so I was like, it would be cool to have the set. I've always wanted the set where you have the electric, the nitro, and the gasser, but it's all the same airframe.
Yeah, from the transmission back and top, it's all the same.
That would kind of
100%.
be cool.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Sure. That's my plan, but I think what's eventually going to happen is because of my flying style and the way I don't go above 2,000. I don't go above 1,800 usually now. So because of that, I think the Puma, whatever how you want to pronounce it, will probably be a really good helicopter for me, and it'll be a very close match to how the Nitro.
Yeah, you can fly it like your Nitro, and you can make it feel the same, basically.
Yes, yeah, with the weight and the power and everything, and doing the 8S a little bit lighter setup, and so we'll see. I'm curious to see how this works out.
Yeah.
And then to think about it, I can share parts between the Puma and the Nitro.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the head, all the bearings, all that stuff, it's all the same. The tail, everything back. So.
Yeah, I forgot to put it in news and announcements, but Shannon now has the HD Goblin Raw Nitro HD conversion kit in stock, I believe.
Yeah, do we know how much that is?
It's $125.
That's awesome. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all, yeah.
But you're gonna need other parts to make it work, but
yes,
the frames and whatever spacers and all that stuff is in the kit.
I think that's pretty cool that he has that available there.
Yeah. All right, I forgot where we were.
Listener post, Facebook listener post. I think we did all the Facebook posts, right? Let's see. Do we have any in the listener post? Oh,
I don't know.
Yes. I mean, yes, this is the only one we have, and it's the only one that matters. 16 hours ago, Kevin McGrady added a photo to Free 4C podcast timeline, and it is a photo of Will Smith smacking, let's call it right, bitch smacking Chris Rock at the Oscars, and with the caption, Andy, every time Iaen says tooltip.
That's not at all accurate, though. I do want to slap the shit out of him, but mostly just when he says, it's like, like, it's like, it's like,
Like,
well, that,
or when he says Discord 37,000 times.
That picture
on Discord.
Oh no! What did he say?
When he actually does the tooltip, but not when he says tooltip. Just while he's doing the tooltip.
The one episode he was like, so I was in Discord, and so Friday I was in Discord, and I was in Discord.
Was
you were like, dude, were you in Discord?
I'm such a fucking asshole. I'm sorry.
The guy has a mini stroke, and you're like busting his balls.
He's like, Discord. I mean, like Tourette's. Discord.
I can't help it. He says it 50 times in like 3 minutes. What am I supposed to do? Ignore it?
Smack him.
I'll smack him when I see him.
Does everybody realize, though, that is like the live action shot from the wrong angle, but Batman hitting Robin for the longest time? That's like the live action version of it.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pow.
Yep.
All
right. What's
Thanks,
next?
Kevin.
Yeah.
Website comments. Do we have any website comments?
I don't think we do.
Don't think so.
Okay, then let's move it to people of Podbean.
Yeah, and we got people on Podbean doing people stuff. Yep.
People things.
Yep. Giorgio Popo Gigio started following us. And I don't know if I pronounced his name correctly or not. Sorry, George. MSCI Beck liked episode 317, Going the Distance. Or what was it from Monty Python? The legendary Black Beast of liked episode 318, Buyer Beware. MyStar60 liked episode 299, Lego My Logo. 302, Questions. 300. 301, RCHO is something special. 304, Klinger or Seller. 305, I want it now. T-Roy started following us. J. Titus liked episode 318, Buyer Beware. And the one only Schwat, Steve Wattenberg liked episode 318, Buyer Beware. And 317, Going the Distance. Thanks, Steve. And everybody else on Podbean. So what else has been going on?
All right, we have one comment 4 days ago.
Okay.
Jay Titus says, tell it how it is for episode 318 by Beware.
All right.
That's all we have.
Thanks, Jay.
John? Yes,
John.
Okay, iTunes review. I know we have one because we were saving one, right?
We were saving one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do the honors, Andy, and read it, or do you want me to read it?
You read it, dude.
All right. Well, you're going to have to wait till iTunes opens up.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, I'll read it. TGM618 said, great job, guys. Y'all knock it out of the park each and every episode. Keep up the good work. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, and I was
just the wrong show, but thank
5
you.
stars.
I was just checking to make sure that he said y'all.
Y'all.
And that wasn't like your interpretation of what he actually wrote.
He wrote y'all.
He did write y'all.
All right. Thanks. Wow, we got an iTunes review. I think I'm going to do the outro like we used to back in the day.
All right. Woohoo.
Nice.
So, drop us an iTunes review. We'll read the review on the next episode. Email set340@gmail.com. Likes on Facebook, facebook.com set340 podcast. Check out our webpage, 340 podcast. That's show. Wow, it's been a while since I did this. Say hi to Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Flight Test Forums, off the field, audio, video production of the Flight Test Podcast, 340 podcast. Say hi to David Hill, a.k.a. Hill the Flyer.
Hi, David Hill.
Hey, Dave.
Hi, David Hill.
All right, we got fellow podcasters. We have the Heliheads podcast.
Oh, is that me? Do I have to do this?
Mo,
Yeah, I
Curly,
guess so. Go for
Larry.
Shemp and
Yeah.
cousin Mo.
Did they go by their podcast names anymore? Or do they actually just introduce themselves
I
as
don't
regular
know.
people now?
I
Maybe they
don't
finally
know.
realized how stupid that was.
Oh, jeez.
I
Digging.
mean, people like their nicknames.
Jabbing.
So,
Who,
You
me?
know.
No.
Yeah, you
I
farmer.
love those guys.
All right.
what did they say? It's like, oh, thanks, Andy. It's like, yeah, their episode was all right, but I like those guys.
I love those guys, even though their episodes suck.
Yeah, their episode sucks. I
Wow.
Like those guys. Anyways, okay.
Well, that
Telerotor
was pretty good,
podcast.
though.
Yeah.
Telerotor is with well, I just want to know one thing. Is Michael Shaggy Parker still doing that show?
Tell her what?
Tell her
Yes.
what? Tell her who? Hollywood. Cliff Lewis.
Telemoto.
He's on that. Telemundo.
He's still in there. He's on
Nice.
2 shows. He's on Heliheads and the Telerotor podcast.
Damn, Cliff is the man.
Yeah, man, he gets
Yes.
around like a $2 whore. I mean,
Hey.
He is the man.
no. Anyways, yeah, who's Telerotor?
That's it. It was Michael, Shaggy Parker, and Cliff. They're the only two guys that. Well, and
Pretty rich.
Richard.
Rich.
We can't forget
And
about
then
Rich.
there's the other two guys that ride motorcycles.
Yeah, the motorcycle guys.
There's 3 guys now.
Mhm.
Ponch and John,
Yeah,
and
Shaggy got his license.
and Shaggy. Oh, Shaggy on his license now?
Mhm.
Oof.
Wow.
I told Shaggy to be careful because, now there's 4 guys we know with Lamont. Statistically, one of them's not going to make it.
Oh,
So,
well, yeah,
Be
right.
careful.
Mhm.
So is Shaggy's motorcycle, is it pull start? Or how does that work?
So,
It's like from Green Acres. He comes riding up,
Yeah.
all right.
little mini bike.
Wow. Okay, Skids Up podcast.
That's what Frank, Javier, and Paul. And I don't know what's going on with those guys. I know they
Wasn't
got
it something like a month ago or something.
They got a couple episodes in the books that I'm waiting to hear, dying to hear, because I know one of them, dude. I'm just every day I wake up and I look and I see if it's there because it's.
Every
Are you
single
on it or
day.
something? Like, what is this?
No. Somebody's on it that we all know and love, and I want to hear about how many helicopters he's going to have ready by a certain
shit.
time.
I guess I
But
know
it's
who that is.
stuck in a time capsule at this moment.
Apparently
Oh,
they edit like he
jeez.
builds helis.
Shit. Oh man. All right. So let's move on to Inverted Down Under. I think they're done with podcasting as well. But
That's with Ozzy, Mozzie, and Jeff.
Houdini RC Heli podcast.
That's with
around.
Richard Spiegel and Kenny Sierra. See, I still remember this shit.
Yeah.
RC Roundtable.
RC Roundtable is with Fitz, Terry, and Lee.
All
And
right,
Fitz is still doing his Hobby Wing thing. Or
Hobby
what's it
View.
called? Hobby View? Yeah.
Right,
Because I catch that every now and then.
Yeah, it comes up on my feed. What is it? Okay, RC After Hours.
With Andre, who's still
Yep.
cranking them out, too.
Still cranking them out. Confirmed by Steve. Yep. Park Flyer podcast.
Park Flyer. 2 mics and a J,
Yes.
I think. But I don't know. Are they doing a show? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, some of
Steve
these
didn't
are out,
talk
some
about
of these are not. But RC Plane Lab.
Ron and Tom, they're still doing one.
Hmm?
All, and
Jumping the
all
gun there already, huh?
things,
And all things that fly.
all things that can fly.
No, it's all things that fly that they haven't done none. So Yeah. I don't know. All right, make sure you check out Bill Ann's YouTube channel. Yeah. You can check out some awesome... Oh, wait, no, sorry. I was going to say some awesome shots from Ann's, but...
You might see him.
Might see him.
They might have
nice,
they might have
silent
audio. They might
Might
have
be
audio dubbed over, but you might
Is
see
it a
him.
50s movie? It's like a 50s movie. It's a silent movie,
It
right?
might just be a compilation of
nice silent compilation.
Nice.
Cool.
All right. Thanks to our listeners. Free our skies, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.
Sorry, Bill.
Bye.